This Pennywise Recaps, and today we're reviewing the mystery thriller Getaway. Get ready for incredible plot twists. Unknown people kidnap a girl and drag her through the forest. Young Tamara wakes up in her bed and realizes that it was a nightmare. In the next scene, 3 men are digging a grave. Tamara takes a bath and then listens to the news about the missing girl on the radio. Tamara is going to a long-planned meeting with her friends at the lake. On the way out of the house, she is met by a sheriff's deputy, Jerry, who is in love with the girl. The cop asks the beautiful girl out on a date, and Tamara promises to think about it and leaves. Tamara calls her friends Maddie and Brooke and happily says that she will soon join them. Unfortunately, on the way, she runs out of gas and has to pull over to the side of the road as the cell phone service is down. Soon a car pulls up behind them and a bearded Merv gets out. He asks Tamara if there is anything he can do to help her. The girl admits that she is out of gas. The man agrees to fill up her car if she does him a favor and is nice to him. Tamara starts to get nervous, and then Merv smiles. He admits that he was joking and soon brings a can of gasoline from his car. Tamara pretends to call her friends and tells them about her problem. Merv's brother suddenly appears nearby. Having learned that the girl is heading to the lake, the brothers offer to take her there. However, Tamara replies that her friends are waiting for her and leaves. Merv and his brother slowly follow. Soon, Tamara reaches the lake, where her sunbathing friends have been waiting for her for a long time. Brooke goes to the 2 guys who were eager to meet the beauties earlier. She asks them for a glass of wine for each girl. When Brooke tells them that the friends are going to a bar in the evening, the guys promise to come, but the girl just smiles and walks away. The friends continue to have fun, not realizing that someone is watching them from the outside. Later in the evening, the girls rest at the hotel before going to a bar. When they hear a suspicious noise outside, they notice a shadow behind the door, get scared, and turn off the lights. Fortunately, it turns out to be just Jerry. He gives Tamara a flower. He talks to his beloved for a short time and then goes on duty. Her friends joke about Tamara, and a few hours later, the girls arrive at a bar and order tequila. The owner tells them that the first drink is on the house for the pretty girls. Maddie goes to the restroom while Tamara and Brooke dance hard in the hall. Tamara follows Maddie. The friends decide to make this evening even more fun, and they do. The girls continue to dance and have fun. Suddenly, 2 men come into the bar. They order 3 glasses of alcohol, discreetly dissolve some pills inside, and then ask them to pass the drinks to Tamara and her friends. The girls gladly accept this gift and ask the bartender whom to thank. However, by this time, the 2 men are already leaving. The friends dance again when Tamara feels that everything is swimming before her eyes. She goes outside to get some fresh air. She sits down on a bench and passes out when 2 men approach her. Tamara comes to in the back of a car. She is very frightened and crawls under the car. She hears men's voices. It's Merv, Kib, and their father. They are surprised not to find the girl in the car. Soon the kidnappers notice Tamara on the ground. She jumps out from under the car and tries to hide in the woods. However, the men quickly catch up and cut her down. Tamara wakes up tied up. The boy's father tells the captive that God has plans for her. The girl screams that they will not get away with it, but the villains only smile and admit that Tamara is not their first victim. The boy's father claims that they have an obligation to God that they have to fulfill. The captive angrily replies that her family also has obligations. Tamara screams that she has come from the depths of hell, and then the girl has a seizure. She vomits right in front of Kib. Kib tries to talk to his brother and father about the prisoner's strange behavior, but they tell him that everything is fine. At this time, Tamara activates the voice assistant in her phone and sends Jerry a voice message that she has been kidnapped, but she does not have time to finish as the battery of her cell phone runs out. Alone, Merv dreams of the dirty things he will do to the girl. Suddenly, the door to the house slams shut. The boy is sure that Kib did it. Merv yells at his brother not to play with him like that. Suddenly, a mysterious figure in white clothes appears and quickly disappears behind the man. Kib comes out of the house and claims that he was sleeping on his bed and did nothing. Frightened, Merv takes the car keys and gets behind the wheel. The man starts the engine and is startled to see a female figure in front of him. Merv runs right into her, but when he looks under the car, there is no one there. The man returns home, where his father says the traditional prayer before the family dinner. After that, the father goes to his room. He opens a box with a few locks of women's hair, and while passionately smelling the hair, he is engaged in an interesting activity. Suddenly, the door to his room opens. The man runs into the main room where his sons are watching TV. The father angrily says that if the two of them do something like that, he will punish them severely. Returning to his room, the father shouts for his sons to come in immediately. The boys obey and are surprised to see human skulls and bones on the bed. Kib believes that Tamara is cursed, but the father replies that there is no such thing as a curse and tells his son to clean his room. The father and Merv go to the tied-up Tamara to find out how she does it. However, the girl pretends not to understand. The father hits the prisoner on the cheek, and at that moment, some noise is heard outside. After that, the stable door closes. The kidnappers look at Tamara suspiciously and return home. Jerry listens to a voice message from his beloved at home and is horrified to learn that she has been kidnapped by unknown people. But unfortunately, Tamara does not have time to give any details. Kib goes to Tamara himself and confesses that his father and older brother forced him to do terrible things to other girls. But according to his father, they save all the girls by sending them to another world to meet God. Tamara asks the boy to reconsider his blind faith in his father's words. Tamara admits that she is not a witch. Kib is overjoyed to hear this and declares that the girl is an angel and that she will soon meet her creator. After that, he leaves. When Merv falls asleep, the girl in white clothes climbs on top of the man and does something interesting. The relaxed man opens his eyes, and the girl starts screaming frantically. Merv falls out of bed in surprise, grabs a gun, and runs to his father's room, where he sees an inscription that says, "You missed us." Kib runs in after him, and his father repeats like a man possessed that Tamara is the devil. She freed the souls of all the girls, and now the ghosts of the unfortunate girls are eager to take revenge on them. In the morning, the kidnappers untie Tamara and take her to a bathtub of water. The men dip the girl's head into the water 3 times until she agrees to renounce the devil and accept God. Afterwards, they return Tamara to the stable and notice devilish symbols hanging from the ceiling. The father tells Kib to burn all the symbols and dig a fresh grave. The younger son argues that Tamara is not an angel and she will not go to heaven after they perform the ritual. The father interrupts Kib and forces him to do his bidding. Jerry gets to the bar, where the bartender immediately remembers Tamara and her 2 girlfriends and also mentions 2 suspicious men. But unfortunately, the employee does not know who they are. The policeman decides to explore the neighborhood, hoping to find something. While Kib is digging a grave, Tamara manages to break free. She wants to run away, but her younger brother notices and stops her. The 2 of them start talking about angels and demons again. Tamara intimidates Kib, and he pierces himself with a pitchfork and falls dead into the grave. Merv hears a noise outside and goes outside. He notices the freed girl and gives chase after her. Soon, the father wakes up and calls for his sons, but no one answers. The man finds Kib's body in the grave and then hears a woman crying nearby. The father comes closer and can't stand on his feet, frightened by the 2 girls in eerie masks. Brooke and Maddie find themselves under the masks. At this time, Merv catches up with Tamara, but the girl manages to knock the villain out by hitting him hard on the head with a stone. The girl drags the unconscious boy back to the house, where Brooke and Maddie are waiting for her. The girls tie up the father and son, and when the villains come to, the girls admit that they have been watching the kidnappers for a long time and know about all their atrocities. The girls load their guns and say that the villains will have to play a game. The men have 16 seconds to free themselves. The father frees himself first and leaves his son to his fate, but Tamara sends the old man to the other side. Jerry hears the shot. His girlfriends give Merv a chance to free himself, but they also send him to the other side as soon as he tries to escape. Soon, Jerry appears and happily hugs Tamara, who is safe and sound. Some time passes. Tamara and her friends find out that the girls have disappeared in another city, which means they have work to do again. Thank you for being with us. Subscribe to the channel, like us, and be sure to click on the bell to stay up to date with our new videos.